The repetition is not coincidence. It is structural. People do not repeat the same relationship because they fail to learn. They repeat it because access does not change. Understanding this requires separating behavior from system. From the inside, repetition feels personal. It feels like preference, or attachment, or habit. From the outside, it is predictable. Relationships do not form in neutral space. They form inside access conditions. Who appears, who is available, who remains visible long enough to connect. These conditions are not random. They are constrained. Early in life, access is narrow. Environment determines exposure, school, work, geography, social overlap. People meet within the same structural pools. These pools already filter outcomes. They select for similar schedules, similar stress levels, similar norms, similar incentive pressures. Before attraction or choice occurs, access has already shaped the field. This shaping is invisible. People believe they are choosing freely. They are choosing from a fixed menu. That menu rarely changes. As time passes, repetition begins. Different faces, similar dynamics, different stories, same outcome. This is where confusion starts. People assume repetition means unresolved internal issues, or subconscious desire, or emotional patterns. Those explanations feel convincing because they stay inside the person. The structure remains untouched. Access does not update automatically. After a relationship ends, the surrounding system remains intact. Same routines, same locations, same social circles, same time constraints. So the same types of connections form again, not intentionally. Inevitably, access determines who can be met without friction. Low-friction access dominates selection. High-friction access rarely converts. This is not preference, it is efficiency. Systems route toward the path of least resistance. If the access environment stays constant, outcomes repeat. This explains why insight alone does not break patterns. Understanding the previous relationship does not change who appears next. People often believe that reflection should alter outcomes. It does not alter access. Without access change, reflection has nowhere to apply. The system offers the same options again. This creates the illusion of choice. The illusion persists because each interaction feels unique. The structure underneath is identical. This is why repetition feels mysterious. The surface varies. The constraints do not. Access also shapes timing. People encounter partners when they are available in the same windows. Similar life stages, similar readiness levels, similar instability or availability. Timing alignment is not accidental. It is structural overlap. This overlap filters compatibility before behavior matters. People repeatedly meet partners who are emotionally unavailable, unstable, overcommitted, or misaligned not because they seek them, but because those are the people who share the same access windows. Others exist. They are not reachable. Access governs reachability. Reachability governs repetition. This also explains why people report chemistry with similar partners. Chemistry is partly familiarity. Familiarity emerges from repeated exposure to the same structural type. The nervous system recognizes patterns faster than conscious thought. Recognition feels like attraction. This attraction is misinterpreted as preference. It is recognition of the known. Access reinforces recognition by limiting alternatives. The system loops. After each relationship ends, people return to the same environment, the same social rhythms, the same constraints. They do not consciously seek the same partner type. They encounter the same conditions. Conditions generate outcomes. This repetition is efficient from the system's perspective. It does not require adjustment. Only disruption changes it. Disruption is costly. Most people do not disrupt access structures after a breakup. They process emotionally. They reflect. They wait. Waiting inside the same structure produces the same result. This is why repetition often feels faster each time. The system already knows how to assemble the pattern. Less exploration occurs. Fewer variables are tested. The path is worn. This wearing creates inevitability. The relationship appears different at first. Then familiar dynamics surface. This surfacing feels disappointing. It should not be surprising. The structure never changed. Access also filters power dynamics. People often repeat imbalanced relationships because access environments select for asymmetry. For example, systems where one group has more options than the other, dating markets, workplace hierarchies, status-driven environments. These systems repeatedly pair people into the same relative positions. The imbalance is structural. People carry their role across relationships, not because they choose it, because the environment assigns it. This is why people often say they always end up in the same position. They do. The system keeps placing them there. Without access change, position remains constant. This creates continuity across partners. Different people, same structure. People often believe choosing differently will break the cycle. Choosing operates downstream of access. Choice cannot select what never appears. This is the core limitation. Access governs possibility space. Possibility space governs outcome distribution. Changing behavior inside the same possibility space reshuffles outcomes slightly. It does not change the pattern. This is why repetition persists even after insight. Insight clarifies the past. It does not reconfigure the field. Reconfiguration requires access change. Access change is not internal. It involves environment, timing, exposure, friction. Without those variables shifting, repetition continues. This explains why some people only break patterns after major life changes. Relocation, career shifts, schedule changes, social restructuring. These events alter access. Suddenly, different people appear. Different dynamics form. It feels like growth. The growth is structural. The person did not suddenly change. The field did. This is also why repetition often resumes when access narrows again. If the new environment stabilizes, the pattern can re-emerge. Access shapes behavior more than intention. This applies across domains. People repeat jobs, repeat hierarchies, repeat relational roles. Because access remains constant, the system is stable. Stability produces predictability. Predictability is not fate. It is inertia. Inertia does not require belief. It requires continuity. People often ask why they keep attracting the same relationship. They are not attracting it. They are encountering it repeatedly because it is the most accessible option within the system they occupy. This reframing removes blame. It also removes mystery. The repetition is not psychological. It is logistical. Once this is seen, the pattern becomes obvious. Without access change, repetition is the default. Variation requires disruption. Disruption is rare because it is costly. So repetition persists. This is not a failure of growth. It is a feature of structure. When structure changes, effort appears to work. In systems like this, access determines which relationships can exist at all. Within this structure, no amount of insight can prevent repetition if the same access conditions remain. The relationship did not repeat because of who was chosen. It repeated because the field never changed.